Welcome everyone to the 7th Foreverlocke finale. We are in Generation 6, specifically in Pokémon Y. And because this is our first adventure, well, my first Foreverlocke adventure in Kalos in Gen 6, we're doing it without transfers. Next one I'll probably do Crystal with transfers, then do Sun and Moon without. Let's take a look at the team. You'll have it at the bottom. You can see the team there. Let me just quickly add an image. You'll probably hear kabloom or something very soon, once or twice. If I add this image just to show you the full team like this, yes. This is our squad, including their moves. We got up to level 78 with the highest ones, which means the lowest have to stay within 5 levels and be 73. Greninja and Venusaur have been there from the start. So have Bob Jr. and Fletchling. Fletchy. Meadow was added on Route 4 because we had a Bunnelby that died super early. And the slots that Mr. Woman is in, that Pokemon has changed multiple times already. Unfortunately. You can see all our slots here that we have for the future. And our 4 deaths. Bunny, the Bunnelby, which until we added Mr. Woman was the only female we ever had on the team, because the rest is all male or Shedinja. Bunny died really early on, which meant we had 4 Pokemon going into Gym 1. And then we caught Budew, which became Roselia, and then I chose Venusaur as the Kanto starter. Litleo was going to be really cool. I was going to have a water, grass, fire, UR trio, but nope. Peppers died to a Wobbuffet and Reflection Cave, and I only had damaging moves. I tried my weakest one because I knew I couldn't KO it, and Wobbuffet just countered and killed it. I decided to add Yokai the Shedinja, which was really fun to use, and I absolutely enjoyed that. Played it very safe, only used it against things that I knew couldn't hit it. Let the EXP share level it up for the other fights. Used it against Lysander, was fine. Used it against Lysander again, it was fine. Used it against Lysander again. And then as it was Mega evolving to Mega Gyarados, like when the animation was still playing, the ability didn't even show. I was like, wait a second, does that have Mold Breaker? It did. So then I used Aqua Tail and I lost my Yokai. That's the thing with Shedinja. You make one mistake, you forget one thing, and Shedinja is dead. Maybe for the future. Will be interesting to go get one, because we still have a Ninjask loaded. We'll see how we do that. And then I added Fluffy, which was... so that was just before Gym 8, really. It was only after Gym 8 that I really started using it, but... while we were in Victory Road, I was just taking out some wild Pokemon. Mega Ampharos was using Thunderbolts, but... Ampharos isn't really fast, so Haunter went first and decided to Destiny Bond. Yeah. And it's called Fluffy. It's my partner Tanner's favorite Pokemon. Well, Mareep is. They like the entire Mareep line. Unfortunately, that died. So I had to choose a new member, and for the things that I was most afraid of in the E4, I wasn't really sure what I wanted. I eventually decided on Mr. Woman that would be the best Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's a jolly one, which is nice for speed, because speed isn't great, but it lowers its special attack, and that's one of its best stats. Special defense, I think, is the highest, which I'll definitely be making use of, but special attack was lowered by 10% due to its nature. We just have to live with that, and hopefully live and survive. Because I added it so close to the E4, not like at the E4 like I did with the Gastrodon and Pearl. I did EV train this one. I went through Victory Road and obviously got some EXP along while we were going through that. But most of its EVs I could still train, and I wanted it to have full EVs. So I put whatever, like, full on in special attack, I think? Yeah, to make up for the loss of the nature. And then everything else I could into special defense. Because one of the Pokemon I'm afraid of is the Amethyst Mega Gardevoir. I don't have a great answer for it. Also, kind of afraid of Wickstrom. This is our team. This is who we are challenging the Elite Four with. Let's go in. Fancy building. I like it. Not gonna talk to you. I know what you say. So these fancy plaques. I like that you get an introduction beforehand from one of the E4 members. You're the illustrious Savannah, are you? Welcome at last to the Pokemon League. I'm one of the Elite Four. People know me as a Fire-type Pokemon user, Malva. Here in the Pokemon League, you'll encounter the four of us, the Elite Four, and our champion. If you hope to meet the champion and challenge her here, you must first defeat the four of us. Do your best, because if you can't impress us with your real strength, you'll never get to battle her. But should be a walk in the park for you, right? The heroine who destroyed Big Bad Team Flare? Well, as a newscaster, she would know that. And even though it doesn't show here, but in the anime, and I think in the post-game even here, there is a reference to her actually having ties with Team Flare. Especially in the anime special, the Mega Evolution specials it shows. We're gonna go for Malva first. Because that's the one I'm least afraid of. The only thing I'd say is a little scary is Pyroar having Wild Charge, but I don't expect that to take out Greninja. And then Chandelure Confuse Ray, but with my Greninja being level 78, which is 15 levels higher than this Pyroar, I expect to just be able to one-shot it, and one-shot everything for that matter. And I just burned. Why is it so hot? I need to cool down. We're gonna go to Seabolt next. We actually are. We're doing Seabolt second. You not sweat way too much in here, Malva. Welcome, challenger, to my blazing chamber. I am Malva, and I shall be your opponent today. Not much of an introduction, straight to the point. First Elite Four member, let's go. We go with Surf. And that's Pyroar. As expected. Talonflamer Ace next. Okay. I still expect to be able to one-shot with a level difference. Yep. If I get the Steamer to the Hall of Fame, it's my first fully evolved water starter for, well, fully evolved starter to make it in for 3 runs. Because 2 runs ago, I did get my start in the Hall of Fame, but I chose out my 2X slot that was Squirtle in red. And then in the previous run in white, I chose Oshawott, but it died. Actually, I've chosen the water starter for so many of them. There's the water starter in silver that died in E4 and that failed the entire run. Yellow doesn't have a water starter because it is Pikachu. I chose Swampert in Hoenn that died in the champion fight. Pearl I had Infernape, so that I didn't choose the water starter for. But then I chose Samurott, I chose Greninja. So the only time I've had a choice for a water starter but I didn't choose the water starter was Pearl. I'll report to all the world the news of you and your Pokemon dominating the Pokemon League. I am a Holocaster star after all. I'm such a busy woman. 3 more members of the Elite Four stand between you and the champion. Take that elevator there to return to the main hall if you're ready for it. work that fine. I was thinking, I don't think I ever equipped the PP ups on anything. What would I want to use the PP ups even on? Maybe Earthquake? But... yeah. Not much I can really think of. I'm just not gonna do it now, maybe I'll think of it later. Alright. We're going to Seabold, who's gonna open with Clawitzer. I think my best option would be to use Lotus. And then we Petal Dance, and if they switch, and I just keep going with it, if they switch to Gyarados, we go Mr. Woman and Thunderbolt. And otherwise, it's just Petal Dance with Lotus. Meadow has the Eviolite, and with, I think, 80 base special defense, that's good too. Could hold on some hits. The scariest Pokemon there will be Starmie with Psychic, because that can super effectively hit Roselia and Venusaur. Which one actually is Seafold? Yeah, this one. But I guess I could take on Starmie with Greninja, but Starmie then has Dazzling Gleam. I think using Venusaur is probably the best. Starmie does have Light Screen. I don't think that'll. Alright, time to cool down. Let's go swim. So many things to load. This is beautiful. I think this looks really beautiful. I love the looks of this one. Let's look at it. It is beautiful. I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of this, so I can post it later. This looks beautiful. I love this color and just the animation for it. The movements. The little Roselia, my Meadow, just hopping on the bottom screen. Why are you not turning around? Are you the Phantom of the Opera? No, I simply can't say. You there, young lady. I have a question I must pose to you. Do you think Pokemon battling can ever be worthy of being called an art? Yeah, Tessa. Indeed. You see, cooking is a type of art that I wasn't talking about cooking. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just life made up of fleeting experiences that is truly artful. Alright, that's one way to view it. Battling is an art. Seems that's something you live by. Let's go. Lead for number 2. Starting with Clawitzer. And since Mega Ampharos isn't on the team anymore, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't Mega. Venusaur doesn't slow down. I think it's Ampharos, Abomasnow, and then maybe one other that's actually becomes slower upon Mega Evolution. Which, when Ampharos was on the team, actually confused me for one moment because when I forgot that fact. Somewhere in the Victory Road, when Ampharos was still alive, I went first against a Machamp, didn't KO it. Second turn, I went second. Because in Gen 6 at least, the turn you Mega Evolve, the speed of the base Pokemon, so the regular Ampharos will still use to decide who goes first. Second turn onwards, it's the Mega form. I think in later generations, either 7 or 8. Ooh, there go first and Light Screen. So if I get confused now, that might be a little annoying. Nope! Straight through the Light Screen, still enough. Do get confused. So if Barbaricle's next, I'll probably switch to Roselia? Actually, no, I'll just full heal. Meta to 77. I will be updating any level ups or changes to movesets in my Nuzlocke tracker. That's Gyarados, so time for Mr. Woman. Mr. Woman! This Gyarados can be scary if it sets up Dragon Dance. It doesn't KO? That jolly nature is really messing me up. If it doesn't KO with a 4-time super effective move. Oh wait, Light Screen. It would have easily KO'd. Okay, I was going to be worried how little damage Shadow Ball was going to do against Gardevoir. Speaking of that, I need to make sure that I actually teach Shadow Ball. Either after this fight or one later. Because currently Shadow Ball's not in the moves, but Shadow Ball's going to be my main move with Mr. Woman. I mean, against Gardevoir. Now it's scary with Dragon Dance. Full restore, that's fine, because that just stalls a turn of Light Screen, and we might be on the final one, I'm not sure. Might get paralyzed as well. No. Use full restore again. Waste them. It was a turn of Light Screen. No, I took them down the turn of Light Screen immediately. So this would only be the 3rd turn of Light Screen. Yeah. Please don't take out Mr. Woman. I'm still faster after the Dragon Dance. Let's go, Mr. Woman. Now Light Screen wears off. Okay, so then miscounted somewhere. Oh no, because they used 2 forces. Barbaricle's out. Back to my Mega. Real good thing. I like it. Hanabira no Mai! Alright, that's the 2 easy ones out of the way. Now it's gonna get a little more difficult. Okay, we'll do Drasna next. Because I'm mostly afraid of the steel one of Wickstrom. Doing that one last makes sense, because if I'm most afraid of it, something most likely to die, which can mess up other attempts as well. Dragalge. Shuriken has Ice Beam, but Dragalge has good special defense, so let's actually check its base. Special defense. 123. And it does have Thunderbolt against Shuriken. I could use Mr. Woman with Psychic, but it does a Sludge Bomb back, but I do have special defense. What I'm actually thinking, use Lotus, my Venusaur. It doesn't have something super effective against Lotus, and Lotus does have Earthquake. Altaria is going to be a bit scary because it has Moonblast, and I probably want to use Shuriken against it. Noivern, Ice Beam. The rest is probably Ice Beam, although I guess I could with Meadow, Dazzling Gleam. But Air Slash from Noivern or Flamethrower, that's scary. We're going to go with Venusaur. Let's see if I remember which one's which. Is this one Drasna? Nope. This is Wickstrom. Meadow hopping on the bottom screen. Actually, now that I think about it, all A4 members from this gen have featured in the anime, just in very different forms. Malva was in Gen 6, as a Team Player member, was in the Mega Evolution Special. Seabolt was in the Mega Evolution Special exclusively, I think. Wickstrom was in Journeys in the Gen 8 anime. And then Drasna as well. She was one of Ash's opponents to get into the Master Rank or Hyper. Oh goodness, hello to you. Welcome, welcome, come in. Must be a strong trainer, yes, quite strong indeed. It's just wonderful news. Facing opponents like you and your team will make my Pokemon grow like weeds. Are you friends with Ramos? He's definitely old enough to maybe even be in a relationship with Ramos, but... that's a story for another time. Let's fight. Haven't taken damage yet. Definitely could have. From Starmie and Gyarados. Let's see what happens here. Let's go, Venusaur. Mega Shinka! Earthquake! Yeah, it doesn't like the animation. Out to 78. Noivern. That makes the most sense to do, sure. With ice. Although I definitely can use Mr. Actually, yeah, I should use Mr. Mime against Altaria. It's a lot safer. Beta Beam! Not even your speed can beat me. Bye-bye. There's Altaria. I could stay in with Shuriken. Probably Ice Beam will just be enough because it's 4 times super effective. But I'll play it safe and go with Mr. Woman. The level difference, 15 levels different, 4 times super effective. Yeah, Ice Beam should be enough. But I've already collected. And I've learned to play it safe for this game. Critical hits being 1.5 times damage instead of 2 times damage, though, that's also really nice. It took me a while to realize it because I haven't done a Gen 6 or higher game so far in the Foreverlocke. The fact that if something does just over half from my max HP in one hit, then that doesn't mean that a critical hit would kill me. Unless there's some other factors that apply. Drasna was easy too. We just shone light at them. Go my special attack EV training. Shuriken to 79. Nice. You're too much. You and your Pokemon are simply charming. Not even gonna say anything about how there's one left. Oh, you're saying it now? You're going away already? Oh, farewell then. With your Pokemon, I'm sure you can beat the last of us. Which for me will be Wickstrom. Alright, Wickstrom's gonna open with Klefki. I think we want to open Lotus again, and with Earthquake. I think Earthquake in general would just be a really good move for this fight. Let's just PP up the Earthquake. We still haven't taken damage. Huh. That's Earthquake, Probopass, probably same thing. This is 4 times super effective. They do have Sturdy, so I have to be aware of that. Then comes Scizor. For Scizor, I'm actually thinking of using Bob Jr. Then maybe even against Aegis Slash, but probably not. Where's Charcoal? This for some extra damage. Even if I'm 10 levels higher. Charcoal or Flame Plate does the same thing. Let's use the Flame Plate. Add Flame Plate as the item. Then Aegis Slash. It has something super effective against Shuriken. For Mr. Woman, it's just nuts. I don't think it's safe. Meadow and Lotus. Meadow can't really do much against it, so it'll probably just be Lotus against Earthquake. Didn't think Earthquake would get that much use in E4, but maybe it will. Let's see what Klefki will even do. Like if it starts with spikes, maybe? If it starts with spikes, that's how I'm gonna take my first damage. Because then we'll switch. Blades have been drawn. Let us fight. Well met, young challenger. Verily I am the Elite Force, famed blade of hardened steel, Wickstrom. With my magnificent Pokemon at my side, I will reveal the scope of trainer achievement. Let us both give our word that our contest shall be fair and honorable. Ready? On guard! Let's go, Venusaur. Once again, Mega Shinka. Spikes are going to come out, so I am going to take damage. Off you down to your Earthquake, that level difference helps. Normally I don't try to overlevel, but with the XP share working the way it does, I thought, you know, I'll just see where the XP share takes me. I fought a lot of things along the way. I didn't go out of my way to grind, but I did fight a decent amount of wild Pokemon and basically every trainer. And that just brought me to this level, and if I feel like that's too easy, then for the next run I can just turn the XP share off on occasions. Or play it a bit differently. But for now I just thought I'll just play it with how the game allows it, and see where that takes me for the Foreverlocke. Furlough pass, we're just gonna Earthquake again. Skill deactivates. Power Gem is the strongest. No Flash Cannon, actually. We took some damage. That's not good. We're gonna full restore probably twice. Reactivate Sturdy both times, but it's not gonna help I am past the Earthquake. Using both your full restores on a Pokemon that is gonna be a waste. Bye-bye. The main the main Pokemon that I've used throughout the entire playthrough are obviously the URs. Like, with most runs on this one, URs is a Ditto in Gen 1. Bob Jr., after like a certain point, I didn't use it. Same for Fletchy Fletch. I used Fletchy Fletch actually against the second Lysander fight against Mineshaw as my opener. But outside of that, I didn't really use it much. I used Meadow and Lotus both very much. That was fun. Alright, but let's make use of Bob Jr. Let's gonna get probably its only use in the E4, although maybe the Anti-Scoregeist? Depending on how things go, is Scizor. Bob Jr. Flamethrower. Yeah, getting that from the X-Maniac, I think, and Anistar was a good idea. They chose to play at the right time of day. Age of Slash. Bob Jr. probably could do something, but something like Shadow Claw's critical hit, it's a bit scary. I'll take the extra defenses and HP of Lotus. Actually, does King Shield stop status? Does it just stop damage? Yeah, its high defense is save it there. And it attacks. Earthquake again, and that's the E4 done. That level difference is really nice. I'm not gonna get that in most runs, because then I might outlevel the E4 certain members by maybe a few levels at max, and then the rest will be at their level. But my weakest Pokemon, well, in terms of lowest level, is 73 with Bob Jr. and Fletchy Fletch at the start of the E4 anyway. The E4's highest is 65. The highest of the champion is 68. So we're definitely making use of that. What now? What sweet, glorious pain and joy now rock my mighty heart. My will, which even Shakespeare's, trembles at so fine a battle as this. I am undone. Good lady, you are indeed a Riku, and worthy to enter this lofty hall. The time has come at last for your greatest challenge. Now show our champion the same strength you have shown us. As it turns out, the room we walked around, the room where the champion is waiting for us. Right, do you think this is enough healing items? 49 Hyper Potions, 44 Max Potions, 107 Flow Stores? I would think so. I had a lot of money. Kalos is not... The Kalos make sure you're not short of money. Alright, let's pull up Deanth's information. Six Pokemon instead of the 4 that we've had previously. Have we used Roselia yet? No, we don't think we have. Where's my ethers? We want one on Earth. We want one. I should throw an elixir on because we have so many of these. So on you use 2 different moves. Ether on Flamethrower. It doesn't really matter. Is there a certain move I expect to use a bunch in this E4 fight? Because then I can still throw the PP ups on it. Oh, Petal Dance. I use Petal Dance twice. I don't expect to use Petal Dance much. Maybe against Aurorus. Alright, what's going to be the plan? Halucha. Venusaur. Probably. This is the Venusaur and Meadow aren't weak to it. I'm gonna not think of Bob Jr. and Fletchy Fletch at first, but think of the other 4. Meadow and Lotus aren't weak to Halucha. It does a flying press. They're weak to flying, but they resist fighting, so it'll still be normal effective. Shuriken's weak to flying press. Mr. Woman's weak to poison jab. Also, Shuriken's weak to X-Scissor too. For Tyrantrum, I probably want to use Shuriken. I could use Mr. Woman as well. Let's see. Mr. Mime, base HP 40, base defense 65. That's not very high, and Tyrantrum has stab head smash. Shuriken is probably more likely to survive that. And Shuriken does have Ice Beam. I wonder if Ice Beam will be enough, though. Dazzling Gleam for Meadow could be something, but Lotus could also just be the safest option to use Earthquake. I don't know yet. Auroras. Hit Shuriken. I could just use Mr. Woman with Energy Ball. Actually, is there a move that I'm not using? I'm not going to use Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt's what goes away for Shadow Ball. I almost forgot to teach Shadow Ball. There's no opponent I want to use Thunderbolt against. The only one I might use it against is Hawlucha, but I have Psychic for Hawlucha. So get rid of Thunderbolt. And add Shadow Ball. Now, I could add Shadow Ball to Meadow as well, but what would Meadow want to use Shadow Ball against? Gardevoir. But Gardevoir's also weak to Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Bomb is stab and stronger than Shadow Ball. Gourgeist? Yeah, it would be good against Gourgeist. Not against Goodra, not against Auroras, not against Sarantum, not against Hawlucha. So just in case I use it against Gourgeist. But in that case, what do I get rid of? Because they do have Toxic, and I can stall with Toxic. I like stalling with Toxic. Yeah, and I think if it comes to that, I can just stall it with Toxic. And then I still open Venusaur. Now for Bob, do I take Flame Plate boosted Flamethrower, or do I remove the item for Acrobatics? Acrobatics goes off a higher attack stat. And Gourgeist has better physical defense. Yeah. He has an average size Gourgeist. Her defense is much higher, so I think I'll take Flame Plate in that case. Do I add leftovers and anything? I think Expert Belt is the best item for Mr. Woman. Oops. I was gonna use it on Dazzling Gleam, just in case I stall fight against Goodra. Yeah, I think that'll just be it. Improvise a little bit during the fight. Auroras does have Light Screen and Reflect. But I think we're safe against it. Mega Venus for Thick Fat, so that's actually a really safe option against Auroras. Let's go for the shiny. In my first playthrough in Silver, I didn't get anything into Hall of Fame. My second playthrough, Yellow, I got 4. Third playthrough, Sapphire, I got 5. The next 3, Pearl, Red, White. 6 Hall of Famers. Sure, deaths along the way, although not much in Pearl at all. Just one strategical one. And then one in post-game, I guess. But some deaths along the way, but I got 6 Hall of Famers in. I was able to get through the E4 and champion fights, and in White's case, and in Gets's, without deaths. Can I do that again? There's one more fight remaining. We definitely have the level advantage. Venusaur leads. Venusaur leads. Welcome at last, dear trainer. As you must know, I am the champion, Diantha. Oh wait, but you are the child I spoke to in Lumiose City and Cormorant City, aren't you? That means that you are also the one that dear Augustine said. Of course, how could I? Oh, I must look like such a fool not to recognize you sooner. You and your Pokemon are the ones who stopped Team Flare for us all. seems wrong of me to say this, but thank you. You saved us all. I can't wait to see what you and your Pokemon are capable of, now that I know exactly what it is you've done already. Let the battle begin. You know what a really good Pokemon against Hawlucha is? Haunter. Or even Ghastly. Everything is resistant. Or just doesn't work. If you have a Ghastly or a Haunter, this is the Pokemon you would miss. Vegashinka! Only didn't use this against Malva, because that was just a Greninja scoop. Sure, good too. Rawr! I'm surprised I still didn't go with Flying Press, because that's still stab and we're doing more damage. Sludge Bomb, one shot. We take those. Aurora second. We have super effective options for all 4 of the mains. But I think I'll stay with Lotus, because I think Lotus can deal with it the best. It's the biggest move in Petal Dance Stab, and it has higher base special attack than Roselia. Thunder is going to be resisted. Blizzard, even if it hits, will be normal effective because of Thick Fat. Well, it'll say super effective, but then it's half, so effectively it's still normal effective. I go first. Unbeaten on my. Aurora's goes bye-bye. Very simple so far. Goodra. I don't want to be stuck in Petal Dance. Shuriken's weak to Focus Blast, Meadow's weak to Fire Blast. Mr. Woman doesn't have a weakness to something Goodra uses. It doesn't have Sludge Bomb. And it resists Focus Blast, but fully resists Dragon Pulse. So it's Muddy Water and Fire Blast that it can use against it. Go Mr. Woman. I think this is a really good choice. Mr. Mime has really good coverage. Goodra is a pseudo-legendary for a reason. And has very good special defense. Let's see what Dazzling Gleam does. Quite a lot. We avoid the Fire Blast. Is this going to be a use of a full restore? Yes. Waste your items, Diantha. Not sure if you have 2 or 4. But I'll make you use up however many you have. Dazzle, dazzle! Let's go, Mr. Woman. And a crit after the second full restore. So if she only had 2, then I guess that just saves us a power point. If she has 4, I'm not even sure she would use them all. Gourgeist. I think Bob Jr. wouldn't be a bad choice. But I also realized I haven't used Meadow whatsoever in these E4. So I want to use Meadow. If they use Trick or Treat though, I might switch. Start with the Toxic. Trick or Treat, because that makes me weak to Shadow Sneak and Fountain Force. Shadow Sneak I'm not too afraid of though. Phantom Force is a 2-turn move, so I can switch into something else at that point. I think they're gonna go Phantom Force. But at that point, they're gonna be fainted because of Toxic. Bye-bye. Looks a bit weird with them being in the semi-invulnerable turn and then just going back. Level 78 for Meadow. I got some action. Would have been weird if one of my mains got no action whatsoever in the E4. You know, one of my non-mains, Bob Jr. did. Tyrantrum. What did I say I would use against it? It was Shuriken. But I'm still afraid with Stab Head Smash against it if it doesn't take it out. I would play it safer with Lotus. I think I said that. Use Lotus. The next best thing it has is, I guess, both Crunch and Dragon Claw, because Crunch is the Strong Drive boost, and I think Strong is 50%, maybe 30%. It's good damage. Here comes the Head Smash. We just avoid it, because we avoid big moves. There's a third full resource. She probably has 4. Okay, so don't crit here, because that means she's just going to use the 4th. Which means she doesn't have it for Gardevoir. One more to go. One Pokemon stands between us and the new championship. 6 new Hall of Famers. And our next full Hall of Fame Evo line. After Magikarp and Gyarados from Red and Yellow respectively. Jimmy Bob from White, my Simisear, and Bob Jr., named after Jimmy Bob, my Pansear, could both be in. Here comes Gardevoir, though. Oh wait, it copies the filter! I didn't think about that. Now it will take less damage, too. Oh, we're gonna have to deal with that. This Gardevoir has Moonblast against Shuriken, has Psychic against Meadow and Lotus. This is one of the ones I'm mostly afraid of. Let's see how this goes. I'm kind of afraid now that it has Filter too, because it basically means my super effective attacks will be at 75%. Theirs will too, but they have better stats. I'm faster. Probably thanks to my nature as well. It's over half. Being faster is good. No Shadow? I guess maybe with Stab and then thinking the fact that Shadow Ball will be then weakened would be good. They don't have full restores anymore. I think Shadow Ball just finishes it, right? Isn't my Jolly Nature gonna help? Outspeed the Gardevoir. We took it! Mr. Woman wins! Oh, no level 80. Witnessing the noble spirits of you and your Pokemon in battle. That's really touched my heart. I'm so choked up that it's hard to know what I should say, but I'm just so glad at this moment that I was good enough to be the champion. After all, it gave me the chance to meet and battle with you and your wonderful Pokemon. I don't understand what why dear Augustine, that's Professor Sycamore to you, said he had to get everything ready for the new champion. You'll be waiting for us in Lumio City. But before I take you there, my dear Savannah, would you mind coming this way with me? Hall of Famers do I have at this point? I think this will take me to 33. That 27. Here we are. I'm so glad to welcome you in. This grand chamber is where you enter the Kalos Region's Hall of Fame. This is where Pokemon trainers will live on forever. Remembered always for giving their all in battle to the Pokemon League and for the glory and light that they shared with all. That's why I love my outfit. I love my Slurpuff dress. It looks a bit derpy and it's funny and I think the colors work well. Come, Savannah. Your love for your Pokemon. And the way that those Pokemon gave everything they had in battle for you. We'll record them all right here. For eternity. Let's enjoy this one. Got 6 new ones, beat another game. We have in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Lotus. Meadow. Shuriken. Mr. Woman. Bob Jr. And you were there with your Everstone, Fletchy Fletch! Fletchy Fletch was actually using it Lysander, so that was nice. Everyone got some use, even after I stopped using them. Too bad Empress didn't make it, too bad Shedinja didn't make it, too bad I never got to use the Pyroar. But I'm really happy with Mr. Woman and how it did. EV training probably helped too. We made it. Yeah, look at the dress. Bleh. One more turn around to see the dress again. I love this outfit. Nah. Good job, team. I'm so proud of you. A few days later, crowds of people gathered in Lumio City to celebrate the 5 defenders of the Kalos region and to cheer on the new champion. Except that. Because no, it's not time for the credits yet. Kalos has a little more in store. And where's Dexio and Cena? Oh, they are there. But they're not going to get awarded, even though they did a bunch too. What an amazing turnout. All these people are here to celebrate your achievements. I'd like to present you with the honor of Kalos for the bravery of saving us. I'm proud of you. On behalf of the entire Kalos region, I'd like to say thank you. We'll see. Hey! Az! Easy. Battle with me. I want to know what a trainer is. Alright, let's go, AZ. Get to hear this gym leader theme in the finale. Ikuzo. Mega Shinka! Pokemon trainer is someone who gets to lose to me. Shuriken, your turn! You're gonna not be used in Champion Fight, I believe. So let's use you here. We also haven't seen you use Night Slash. Tsujigiri! And then, because we've barely seen it used, Meadow. Good. Why don't you finish off Golden? Anabira no Mai! Thank you. Where's my XP? Thank you very much for battling with me. Now I finally feel free. Free from the part of me mired in sorrow, the part of me that built the ultimate weapon. I bet. It's been 3,000 years. This Pokemon is waiting all this time. Waiting for him to return to the man he was. The man who loved Pokemon with all his heart. And it ends where it started. Hello, Fletchy Fletch. That was Pokemon Y. My original intention was to keep going with the games without transfers. To do Sun and Moon first, and then to do transfer stuff. Because I currently don't have a way to play any of the Switch games in Gen 8 and 9. Like, I can play them, but not to use them with PK Hex, so... That's something I'll still look into in the future. For now, I'm doing Gen 1 through 7, with the intention of still doing 8 and 9 at some point. But I've really thought about transfer stuff recently, during this entire playthrough, really. So my intention is to play Generation 2 next, because I've already done Gen 1 twice. Yellow as a second playthrough and Red as a fifth. I'm gonna do Gen 2. I've done Silver before, but it's time for revenge on Johto, the one region where I've lost a run before. Originally I was gonna do Gold, and then Crystal later, but I realized none of my Pokemon in Silver really learned any extra TMs, because I lost in E4 and never taught moves before it. And Crystal does have access to a little more things, like Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt from one of the move tutors. Sort of move tutors, like these at the game corner. Crystal gives me a few more availability. It does mean I can't catch a Mareep, and I really want to catch a Mareep, right, from my partner. It's relatively easy to find a Mareep in this game, although you'd have to force a Horde battle in one of the routes. And then it's like a 7 and 8 chance if you... Like, I already had Wingull and Pelipper, and at that point it's 7 and 8 chance to get a Mareep encounter. Then there's Gen 2, well, Gold Silver, then Hard Gold Silver where I could get it, and I'll do Hard Gold Silver the next time we get to Gen 4. Black White 2 will be my next game for Gen 5 when I get around to that. That has Mareep. So Mareep is in a few different games. So I'll get Mareep in the Hall of Fame. Same for Flaffy, same for Ampharos. We'll get a revenge story with Ampharos, perhaps. But it's revenge story on Johto, on Will, and on Lance. For what happened to me in the finale of Pokemon Silver, my very first Foreverlocke playthrough. I know what I'm going to start with, and I'll tell you, it's Cyndaquil. I'm going to slot it as Quilava, because Quilava is my favorite Pokemon, so now that I have transfers, I feel a lot more confident I can get that into the Hall of Fame. First time I chose for Alligator, because I thought that would be a great weapon against Lance, and it was. Well, it would have been, if it didn't die to Will, the Jinx. hopes and dreams. Interesting how the different. I noticed it said 100 in the Japanese one. It had the number for 100. And I read the German one and it actually says 100 too. Like it's within 100 years. But to give the right meaning in English, they decided to translate it to something along the lines of "in this lifetime." As long as the meaning comes across, you can change the lyrics. It doesn't have to be a perfect translation. Because that sometimes it doesn't fit the if the melody doesn't make for good rhyming. You all did it. Otis. Meadow. Sheridan. Mr. Woman. Bob Jr. And Fletchy Fletch. Let's walk outside, go to a Poké Center. And see the Hall of Fame listing there. I'm not going to do much of the post-game in the finale. I'll probably do some post-game stuff, gather maybe a few more Pokemon if I can. I think I'll probably catch Mewtwo, considering I still have the Master Ball. I never used the Master Ball in Yveltal. I'll probably catch Mewtwo here, because that way I can also use it with the Mega, and it's not just have a Mewtwo in Gen 1. I was going to use the Master Ball on a Shiny if I happened to. So we don't do trades in the Foreverlocke. Fletchy Fletch. Would you take me to Sandaloon City, please? Wait a minute. This first game clear and Hall of Fame is just all of them. First game clear always remembers the very first one. Okay, that was easy to always find that one back. Alright, I guess that's it for the finale. Pokemon Y. The next time you see me with the Foreverlocke, hopefully it'll be live again, because this one and the last one both happened while I was ill. Didn't have the energy to do a full stream. But I'm happy I could do at least the E4 and Champion off stream as a local recording, and then still upload it to YouTube as a VOD, similarly to how I would have done it otherwise. But hopefully I'll feel better when it's time for the finale of Pokemon Crystal, because that's next. Hopefully we can get Quilab in the Hall of Fame there and some others alongside it. See you next time, and make sure that you always remember that you, it's you right over there. You are worth it. Goodbye.